The cameras are hot. The mics are hot. This is episode 229 of the No Hangover Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, rate across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast. On TikTok at No_Hangover. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcast. We're back with another one. Money Beezoe back in the building. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. Blessed and highly favored. Can't even complain, bro.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Sure. It was what? When was the last? When did you come on for the first time? It was what?
It was episode
222.
Yeah, 222.
And that was what, like 2 months ago?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, like 2 months ago. Yeah, like 2 months ago, a month and a half probably. You know, at the least.
Yeah, so it's been I feel like we both been grinding. Obviously, you're posting all the time. You know, I'm still, pumping out podcasts, shit like that. So
yeah, man, doing big things, man. I see you, man. Just having some good interviews and everything. I've been checking them out and everything. Different.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, that's what we try to do over here. We try to fucking give the honest realness.
Yeah, that's most needed or whatever. It's more needed now, especially in the world today, man. I mean, it's more needed. So I mean, like, it's good. And you need giving artists a platform. And not just artists or whatever, different, entities and everything like that or whatever. So it's good for the city, something that's well needed.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And, it kind of, I guess and people who have been listening for a while, I'll say this a billion times, but I've been doing this podcast for a while. And I guess that's not really the type of shit you think about is like, all right, like, I'm just doing this just to fucking talk some shit, get my opinion out there for an artist, put your music out there, and then, once you start kind of like doing business with certain people or like, certain people start reaching out to you, it's like, oh, all right, like, I guess I'm doing something right that, there's some type of movement here. So it's, it's humbling more than anything.
Yeah, it's more, we need more movements and everything like that or whatever. I mean, that's something the game is missing or whatever too. I mean, there's a lot everybody want to be against each other and all that stuff or whatever, and everybody want to beef nowadays and everything like that. But I mean, like, people understand, like, the more of us, then the more, like, like, the more everything will work easy or whatever, instead of, I mean, I do everything by myself because, I mean, I just learned that way and I'm built that way. But, if I had, like, a whole, like, good-ass team, like, the machine do or whatever and everything, that'd be different. But, like, a lot of people understand, like, we just, work together and everything, then, yeah. So, I mean, it starts with this right here, though. It starts with people like you, doing things like this. And that really gets the ball in motion that maybe other people, see, and then maybe not. But if not, though, you're doing your part. So it ain't even,
Yeah, honestly, I am just fucking keep on going, keep on chugging.
I see, like, there's been a lot of episodes or whatever. I see you had, like, one of your other podcasts. You had another host that was actually like an actual full-time host.
Yeah. That's my boy Jacob. Shout out to my dog Jacob. Yeah, because it started off with 4 of us, and then just kind of life takes over. People go in different directions, things like that, and that's just. I think from the beginning though, I was always the most kind of passionate about it for sure. Like, I definitely saw the vision of like, fuck, like, if we do this right, like, the great thing about podcasting is that, like, literally, like, anybody could do it.
Yeah, no,
and like, there's just
podcasts out there. It's a lot of.
You could literally talk about literally fucking anything, and if you're just able to, find out what works for you, get really good at it, and just fucking be consistent and put shit out, like.
Yeah, keep that format going or whatever. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep the format going. But like I said, you got a good format, because like I said, it's just like, it's different subjects and everything. The artist can talk about what they want to talk about. Then you in tune with your input and everything. So, and it helps with everything like that. And the podcast is, like I say, it's just so many good
free
things out there. So much free space out there, whatever. And at the same time, this is like a new part of hip hop now or whatever too. Like, doing these podcasts or whatever, because like the viewer want to, like, more say now, like, get to know the artist or who is the artist behind the music, because the music ain't the front street no more. Like, the music is like
personality and the person is becoming more, like, if you're able to market yourself and like promote yourself, then like
that's a big part of it too, though. That's a real part of it right there though too, though, whatever. Because at the same time, you can make songs all day or whatever, but at the same time, if nobody's really seeing it or it's not really getting to nobody, then it's not really working. But at the same time, it's just, you know, music is just a piece of the pie right now. And then now it's other pieces of it that got to be added to it. Marketing one, you know, doing these podcasts and everything like that. Just, you know.
And really, like, podcasting is just becoming more of, like, just not even in hip hop, just in, like, media in general. Like, it's becoming such an important, like, platform and an important, like, bridge from, you know, say whoever, like, whether it is an artist or it's an athlete or it's a politician or it's this person. Like, it's really starting to, you know, kind of bridge the gap. And
and then you gotta look at all those things you just named are subjects that be on podcasts and everything. It's going, one of those subjects going to end up in a podcast, some type of form, shape, or way. So it's like, you know, it's something that's needed or whatever. But like I say, it's just different things or whatever. Because a lot of rappers now are getting into it, having their own podcast and everything. Kind of really got into the Jada and Joe thing. But the reason I like that is because you find a lot of stories and everything about a lot of, I mean,
they're the news,
songs,
essentially.
You know? Yeah, kind of, yeah.
They're the news. They give you just, like, different stories and shit like that. And obviously, like, it's two rappers. Like, so, like, that's where their roots are.
There's two personalities.
Yeah, but,
so, you know, but
they still, you know, they give daily news.
They give daily news or whatever.
And that's what podcasts have turned into. Like, it's more people are turning to podcasts than they are to like, CNN or Fox or like MSNBC and like cable, like guess the
because like with a podcast or whatever, like, you don't necessarily need to watch it either. You can just sit there and listen to it or whatever. As long as it's a good podcast or whatever, even if they got a live thing or whatever, you can sit there and just turn the YouTube video, but you probably won't watch it. You just be more so like listening and everything. So
and that is funny too, because I know people like has like said they listen to podcasts like just for the company sometimes more than they feel like they're in a conversation, which I think is kind of funny. Like,
like I see more people who be driving, do things like that or whatever. Those be the most people I see who are just like they'll have a video playing, but they really won't be watching the video. They'll be on the road, but they'll be listening to the.
I guess like because do you listen to podcasts like just like and like your daily or just?
I don't really listen to podcasts or whatever. Me, whatever. Most of when I be like getting my news or whatever and everything, like the news of the world and everything like that, I try and keep that at a bare minimum and at a space or whatever, because the world is just so crazy and everything, and you just so much crazy stuff that go on. So the most I consume is hip hop because that's where I'm at or whatever. So if it's like something with hip hop or whatever, then but yours or whatever, I watch it just because, you know, it's like different things. And then also I be, you know, seeing who in the city, you know, doing things and working and everything, and then it's just that. But like with other podcasts and everything, it's just mostly like hip hop. But I don't really listen to. I don't listen to. I'll watch it. I have to watch it.
Yeah. It's just like it's weird. I guess not weird. It just I don't know. Being like I guess in that space a little bit and just seeing how like how podcasts have like I guess like evolved from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, because they said Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg was the first like hip hop podcast ever.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, and they still going now. So it's like, and they started that like in 2008 or 2009 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
those are the fucking pioneers of that shit. Joe Rogan. I mean, he was doing he was doing that shit. And
I mean, you look at it, they've been around for a while, but like now it's just like everybody's really starting to pick up with it.
Well, they set the blueprint for it. So like, you know, you kind of, again, like, you know, you figure out what you're good at. Like if you want to be more niche and like do like a specific subject, like you're, I don't know, talking about different fucking tequilas or you're talking about fucking nature and like sharks specifically or whatever, you know, you can go that route. Or if you kind of like me, like, you know, just be more conversational, talk to different people, have different people on, and like some things I'm knowledgeable in, some things I'm over here asking questions and like.
But that's a podcast I kind of see now too, is the kind of format of it too. Is like basically like, you know, it's kind of like a conversation or whatever, not so more of an intervio or anything like that. It's more so like a conversation.
That's what works better for me. Like sitting down and doing the Q&A stuff is kind of like. There's a space for it and it's needed. It's needed, but I feel like
But it's levels to that too or whatever. Because if you just sitting there asking like the basic ass questions, like, you know, artists don't want to be, you know, I mean, no disrespect to, you know, anybody who's doing it, but we gotta, you know, be 100% real, and that's what we do. But you know, like, but just asking the simple questions of like, you know, who's your influences and all this other stuff or whatever. It's just like, nah. I mean. Like, or if you want to ask something, I mean, like I prefer if you're gonna do Q&A, research the person that you're interviewing.
You definitely have
that way
to.
You don't ask them like the common questions and everything. You can ask them something that's more pertainable to them or whatever.
Yeah. Something that's gonna get them to answer a question, like think about some shit. And that's damn, who was it? Just Nardward. He's been doing that shit for so long. And he's like OD
but he got
on
his
this
own
shit.
twisted way of just doing it, you know. Like,
but
he always be like surprising the artist or whatever, whoever he's interviewing or whatever. He always make them look like
but like obviously you don't got to go that deep into it, but like I feel like with Q&A, like you said, you do have to be a little bit more prepared and be a little bit more like organized and segmented.
It makes the artist, and then at the same time it makes the artist feel good. Whatever, it makes the artist like, okay, damn, this motherfucker.
So it's gonna make him want to answer the question.
And then now you're gonna get the artist. Now the artist is gonna feel more comfortable around you and everything. Is gonna be like, okay, now he won't be so closed mouth, or he'll probably be telling you a lot of stuff. So, to a certain extent, but at the same time, it'd be more open now because he see that, okay, this person invested time.
But I feel like if you're, especially with artists and if you're dealing with someone that is creative, I feel like conversation is probably the best way to get them to open up because it's a natural process. And it's, that's kind of, I guess with people that I've talked to and artists that I talk to, like, it's more of like just what comes to them and shit like that. And that's what a conversation is. It builds. And the more you feel comfortable talking to somebody, the more you're going to, I don't mind saying this shit. I don't mean, whatever. Like,
that's with me or whatever. I mean, too. Like, with me, like, I'm like, if I don't really know you like that, I'm not really going to talk to you.
Nah, same. Like, I talk to people on here, but like in my everyday world, like I'm friendly or whatever, but I'm not over here like divulging information like that.
I'm just, I more so speaking, speaking by a person or whatever and everything. And most time I don't speak first or whatever. And I want people to know, like, the reason why I don't speak first is because, like, a lot of times when I speak to people, I'll be have my days where, okay, let me be nice with it. Because everybody be, like, thinking, like, with me, like, I'm an asshole. Like, in reality, people think I'm an asshole because I don't smile or nothing like that. I'm like, people think I'm mad all day. Like, he just mad at the world, banging on breakfast every day and everything like that. And it ain't even like that. I'm just not a smiley person or nothing like that. I don't like feel like I'm gonna walk around all happy, smiley face all day and shit like that, man. Life too damn fucking serious for that shit, man. Like, but like, I'm not like a person that just, so friendly and everything. And then also, like, when I speak first or whatever, like, people don't speak back. So, man, like, I'm gonna stop looking stupid. I feel like looking stupid and shit. I would be trying to be nice to person and shit. And motherfucker just walk by me like, man, like, okay, well, fuck you too then.
It do be like that sometimes, but I mean, I guess because.
And that's the reason why I don't speak first. That's the reason why I don't speak first. Like, people think that, like, I don't do that because, and people are trying me too. People walk by me and, like, looking at me like I'm gonna speak or whatever. And to be honest with you, like, if I don't really fuck with you like that, I'm gonna let you keep walking, looking at me and everything. And I'll be like, okay, I mean, shit. But, and then until you speak first. If you speak first, then you gonna get a, hey, what's up? And all that shit. But, hey, if you won't speak first to me, I'm not gonna speak first. But that's the reason though, because I got tired of just speaking first and everything, and just people just like, sometimes people not speaking, and I'm like, damn, I'm looking stupid and shit. So
yeah, I mean, this world is a fucking wild place.
No, this world is a wild, and it's got even wilder, man. Like, some of the shit I be seeing, I be like, man, what the fuck is going on out here, man?
I kind of agree with that to an extent, but I also feel like exposure to just a whole different, like, all different types of things.
But it ain't no balance in the world either, though. Too. It used to be a balance in everything, but it ain't a balance no more. Like, hip hop is the main reason too, though, man, because it ain't no balance to hip hop. You got just ratchet shit. That's all you got right now. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got a Queen Latifah over here or something like that, or to balance out Lil Kim, or you ain't got the fucking like a Tribe Called Quest to balance out down fucking Black Youngster, like so it's like so, and it's just you getting one thing, and it's like everybody feel like that's the thing to do, and everybody's scared to like branch off with it. Me, I'm like that's the way I am. That's why I'm gonna stay where I am, and I feel like now. Like, cause I've been had this like years ago. Like, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna just stick to this shit, cause one day it's gonna fucking work. And now was the day, because like nobody like sounded like me or whatever. It's certain things that I want to get rid of or whatever, cause I feel like I be but I be paying homage to certain people. When you hear me do like a Burr ad lib or whatever, that's just like my little homage to Gucci or whatever and shit like that, or something like that. Or you hear me like do a growl, that's like DMX, because like, that's somebody like it's in my top 5. So but I'm gonna stop doing that. But at the same time, my style all over you don't hear nobody with that shit like that.
Yeah.
So and
that is true.
And it's and you know how many people have told me like to change it and get rid of it and everything years ago, and I was like, nope, I'm not. No,
I think what really it comes down to, though, I guess, like as a rapper, like, is what are you chasing essentially, like, because I feel like a lot of days and a lot of shit, people are just chasing like that instant success,
because they see the instant success out there, or whatever. But like my bro Chris had told me one real thing that just leveled this out for me with music, and it had me thinking so much different now. It's like you gotta define what success is to you in here. You can't be what the success of his success is, what the mainstream artist success is. You gotta find out what success is to money Beezoe. And then once he said that, I was like, okay, bet. And then I started thinking about it. I started thinking about things I did. Damn, I done performed in Germany and I got paid shows in Germany and everything. Then like been over there doing my thing over there. Got fans and connection with DJs over there. So if I ever need to send my music to somebody over there, I can do that and everything. And I was thinking about other stuff in there. Well, I mean, I've done a lot of stuff and everything. And then I got like, I'm at 500,000 streams right now, trying to like all combined and everything on my whole time I've been doing it or whatever and shit. So, I look at bet. So I started looking at that, and then now I put a better perspective on me. Now, so I don't really worry about nothing. I worry about, like, the way I live life now is like, as long as I'm good in God's eyes, I don't care what anybody think about me. If I'm wrong in God's eyes, then I need to, do some, self, doing some changing and all that stuff. But at the same time, God doing everything, He's showing me like I'm, So that's why I be like, man, stop worrying about what people think. I don't care what people think about anything or whatever. You could think this is this. You see my Instagram doing this way. You could think whatever you can see. And one thing I learned, people gonna think whatever they gonna think about you, regardless.
Yep.
Whether you right or wrong.
For real.
People gonna have the reflection of you or whatever they think about you, right or wrong, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
I was thinking about that a couple months ago, and it's like it is really wild that like just how people really like there's a million different views on you because everybody has their perception of you, and like your perception of yourself and what other people perceive of you might be like complete fucking opposites.
It's gonna be because you the one living it.
Yeah.
So you the one living it.
And so, there's just so many different like I guess versions of you just based off people that know you, but only you know the whole version of yourself. So like I mean, I agree with that fully. Then, why not like try and just get to know yourself better and like just do what works for you? Like,
because at the end of the day, I feel like, and then with all the situations I done been through from what I done talked about, whatever, it's like all I had was me. So at the end of the day, I mean, like, you can't tell me what to do or how to do this and everything. You ain't sit there with me in these dark nights sleeping on the floor, like, trying to figure out, or sitting in Germany, how to, and then get stuck in the middle of COVID at that. Can't even leave Germany. Like, I'm in like the situation and everything, got put out, find a little train and everything like that. And then, but at the same time, can't really leave or whatever, trying to figure out how to get, it was the time where somebody, it was one of the females from over here in the States, where she gave me something bad, just try to get deported. Like, just try to have the people deport you. Like, but
it's like, I like where your head's at, but I don't know if that's gonna work.
Not with the Germans, not over there. I see what they have done to people over here. No, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But
that's some funny shit though.
But like, and being stuck there or whatever, and not having nobody to help you, but besides certain other people that God put there or whatever, and like, you ain't been there well, so you can't tell me how. You ain't know what I've been doing and everything. You have your perception of me, but like I was like, man, as long as God knows my perception, I mean, God, He sees everything I do, so He knows my perception, and He knows what I've been through, and He puts me in these situations.
And people can only really give you advice based off like what they've been through, and like from how they've experienced things. So like, it's not that it's not good advice. Like, obviously, trying to get deported shit. But like, people are,
But at the same time, it was in the middle of COVID too. At the same time though, so it's like, you can't
really travel.
I couldn't get in because COVID had just like kind of like, because COVID was like when I was over there or whatever. Like I say, after I got like out of the situation and shit, like I say, I kind of built myself back up. But like I said, COVID was over there the whole time. That's another reason why when I got over there, I had no choice but to get out the situation because I couldn't get back to the States.
Yeah.
So like, you know,
how was COVID over there? How was like, I guess, bro, how was COVID for you? Like,
COVID for me was like I was in the whole situation I was talking about, the homeless situation.
yeah,
All through COVID, I was in that motherfucker, in that situation kind of and shit. But like I say, COVID for me was like just staying, like just trying to stay out the way, man. Just stay out the way and not try to catch that shit or whatever and everything. But like I never had a shot on that like that. But I've been blessed and, you know, luck, and not lucky. I don't believe in luck, but blessed enough to just not catch it or nothing like that. But like I seen crazy or whatever. Like over there in Germany or whatever, it wasn't really too bad because they more strict over there. Like, you know, like you gonna follow these rules and everything, you know, so. You know, all these police are gonna fuck your ass up. Why not? Shit. I
mean, get back home.
Yeah, I mean, the police ain't that bad. They ain't bad over there. But at the same time, if they have to, like, you know, if they have to, like, you know, get you right or whatever, they gonna get you right. They gonna be nice. They gonna try to, you know, be nice at first, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the nature of that job a little bit.
Yeah, so, yeah, with COVID over there, it wasn't like it wasn't that bad. But like I said, it just was the flying thing or whatever. You couldn't, like, you know, couldn't fly nowhere or whatever. So
yeah, so I'm sure that made that shit a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it made it a lot more difficult.
Yeah, COVID was a weird time.
Very weird time.
I guess because being in Europe in a whole different country, like over here it was so weird.
I caught half of it over here. I caught like when it was sparking up over here, and then that's when I that's when I went to Germany. I like in 2018, like when I first like Googled the shelter and everything, and then. Like I stayed up until 2019, and beginning of 2019, like I think July, that's when I went to Germany. So
yeah, so that was like that was just getting on the news.
But I think COVID was over here though at the time too, though at the same time.
Yeah, it was just getting on the news. I feel like because maybe not December, maybe January, like late December, early January.
I said late December.
Late December of 2019, early January of 2020. That's when it started really like.
And I think people actually had it too. I think I had it in 2019 to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's when it started catching on, like on the news, and like you kind of like, oh, what the? Because
you didn't know about it or whatever, so it's like, but yeah, like in like a couple months later, I say like around March is when it really March of 2020 is when it was all the way out of there.
And then fucking February, Kobe fucking passed away, R.I.P. And then literally like,
no, that was January.
That was January. I thought that was in February.
No, that was January. That was January 26th, man. I'll never forget that day, man.
Damn. So it was about to be. It was about to be February. Yeah.
Yeah, like January 26th or whatever, 2020. Yeah. So it was going. Yeah.
And then almost right after that fucking lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown. Yeah, because like the lockdown started like in March. Because like it was starting to like really like kind of just be a thing of whatever is trying to figure out if it was a pandemic or not in February and shit. When March hit, they were like pandemic.
So you were homeless in Germany when this happened. So how was navigating that?
Well, because in 2019, like in 2019 of July is when I was in that situation, when I first got into that situation.
Okay.
And like by like I think September of 2019, things got figured out. I got a job on base at the commissary.
Okay. All right.
And everything, and then that kind of helped me where like, cause when at that time in Germany, I don't know if it's still the same way now because like so many things have changed with like the Germans and the military and everything. So, but at that time it was if you was working on base, then it would permit you to be in Germany or whatever, and you wouldn't really have to worry about, because if you like, in order to live in Germany, Americans only stay there for like 90 days.
Yeah,
and after 90 days, and after 90 days, you got to get a visa and all this other stuff, whatever. But if you got a on base job, then that helps you or whatever, because basically like you contracted to the military over there, so you're good.
Yeah.
So you have the choice. You can live on post or you can live off post or whatever, and now you can be over here. Well, so I got that. And then that helped me or whatever, and that carried me. But then the crazy thing about it is the people because I moved in with somebody or whatever, because it was a couple, two soldiers or whatever that was offering up renting out a room. Mm-hmm. So I messed around and found that. So that kind of what really got me up out the situation and everything. And then I stayed there and I work on base. But then what happened is they was moving and everything. And then, I don't know, something happened with the business or whatever with the people and the landlord, and they didn't tell them that I was because what the plan was for them to move out and then me just to take over everything. But what happened is the business didn't head up, so the landlord didn't really know I was when they told her and everything, she wasn't trying to hear it. So okay, now I got to get up out of there.
Damn.
So that's when I kind of was back up in the homeless situation. But the thing about it is, like one of the people that I met or whatever when I first got into the situation around in July or in July, August or whatever, or 2019, I hit them up and asked them if I could come live with them or whatever, so I could figure it out. So they let me live with them. So that saved me from that. But then, like I say, that with going with living with people and everything, and then after a certain amount of time, that happy-go-lucky is like, you know, out the window. That shit was there. So I figured that had to get out of there, and then I ended up one of her daughter, her boyfriend, one of his friends, he talked to him or whatever and everything, because I was kind of cool with all the kids and everything or whatever. So they he hooked it up with one of them, and then he got me where, okay, the dude say he said you got to work for his little car detail shit or whatever, but you can live in the little garage shit or whatever and everything or whatever. So that's what I did and everything. So yeah, that was.
So they didn't charge you rent? You just had to work for him, or
just had to work for him and everything. Just had to work for him, and he paid me really whatever too. He paid me well. It wasn't much whatever, but that dude, Egan, his name Egan too. Or shout out to Egan, man. I gotta give that man his props on like here right now or whatever. So we talking about it's alright to Egan and everything, because he saved me or whatever and everything. To be honest with you, and I still talk to this day. And I told him, like, you know, I remember my last conversation with him, whatever I left with, because it ended up what really get me back to the States, and I had to make the move, whatever, to figure it out.
Yeah,
was because he was like either selling the shop or some people was taking over, so he was gonna have it no more. Yeah. So he was like, he told me that, well, he was like, you figure it out, whatever and everything too, whatever. So he gave me like a month. He gave me like a couple months in advance or whatever, let me know. So I figured it out and everything and got back to the States. But like he helped me though at the same time. He let me stay there or whatever, and I worked for him and everything. Then, you know, so
yeah, there's some real motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, so that was something that saved me and everything. And then, like I say, me and him had a lot of, you know, conversations and everything or whatever. And he kind of like took me like family though too at the same time, cause like, you know, he would feed me or whatever, as far as like, you know, when we work or whatever. And they was like Muslim too or whatever and everything, so they would have a certain time where they would just like, you know, have bread or whatever and everything. They would call me out or whatever and everything, and you know, I eat with them and everything. So, you know,
that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole time through COVID though. At the same time, it was like I was in that whole situation, bouncing around like that through COVID. But like I say, just like as long as you had your mask over there and everything, it really just kept your distance and everything. You had the little rules and everything. Yeah. You kind of just stayed away from people and everything. Yeah, so
you could just kind of think like how shut down were things, like as far as like
not really too shut down. Well, once like they got like kind of like for a certain amount of time, yeah, when everything shut down, it shut down whatever and everything. But like as far as like when things got back under control and they had rules and everything, it wasn't too shut down like that.
How long was it like shut down for?
It was shut down for like a couple weeks, about 3 weeks.
Oh damn.
Yeah, because they didn't really, because like over there or whatever, like they kind of had things like under control at first.
Yeah, anyway, I was about to say, that's not long at all.
Yeah,
I think it was like 2 months, 2.5 months over here, some shit like that.
Yeah. But then at the same time, also I was in the situation too. So at the same time, the outside world kind of too, like, you know, like as far as like, because like, but over there or whatever, I mean, it didn't seem like things were shut down for that long, to be honest with you. It seemed like once things got out and everything, they kind of already had like graps on it, whatever and everything.
Well,
then at the same time, it was already like kind of, I think over there too, whatever, because Japan or whatever is kind of where like it originated or whatever, kind of. So like China or whatever. Yeah. So, you know, like, yeah, so they was already kind of on top of things a little bit and everything. So it wasn't really, you know, shut down too much. Cause I know I was at the commissary kind of too, cause I was in my last, cause I like worked up at that commissary or whatever. If I moved out the other way or whatever, I worked there till like, I think like late February and everything. And then like I was kind of like more so in that in the phase of getting out of there or whatever too. But also like I know too why it really didn't affect me too much because like I still had time or whatever in that house or whatever too. So me shit after I like kind of like start working at that commissary, I was in the house all day. I wasn't like didn't come out really.
Yeah.
So the outside world, because I was in a situation where like, and then that was I was in my very darkest time or whatever, like, you know, because like the crazy thing about it, like I was trying to see my daughter, couldn't see her, nothing like that. Baby mom was on her, you know, just being spiteful type stuff or whatever. So, you know, like, and I would just sit there, I would be all day like just down fucking drinking bottles of champagne, bro.
Damn.
Like bottles of champagne, bro. Like,
why champagne?
Cause that shit was a store that was like the house was right there, and it was a store that was directly across the thing, and they used to have bottles of champagne in there, whatever.
Damn.
Instead of going to the store and shit like that, whatever, and shit like that, you know. But at the same time, bro, that was a bad point in my life, bro. I was like, just that's why I don't drink now. Yeah. Cause like the alcohol shit was like, you know, that shit was crazy, bro. Like I used to, and at the same time, it's like that's how I know like God got a purpose for me or whatever too, because like I used to drink bottles of champagne, bro. My shit should be like through, bro.
Champagne, how many bottles do you think you were going through like in a week?
Shit, bro, like shit, nigga, I used to go through like 3 in a day, bro. Shit, nigga.
Shit.
Like, nigga, like over there, like when I was in Germany, bro, like that time, whatever shit, me drinking over there, like once, like, cause the crazy thing about it, when I was in the homeless situation at first in 2018 in the States, I stopped drinking completely because the homeless shelter, like I said, was a
it was a church.
It was a church type thing, so they wasn't having that or whatever. And, you know, so I wasn't fucking around trying to get kicked out of there. So I stopped drinking completely. But when I went back to Germany,
and you just quit cold turkey like that?
I quit, like, cause I mean, like, I don't know what it is or whatever, or with certain things or whatever and shit. If it's meant for me to quit it, it's gonna happen like that. It's just gonna happen. Like that or whatever. But that one happened cold turkey or whatever. Like I say, like the second time I stopped, like this time I stopped drinking or whatever and shit. Like I had to come up with a plan for it or whatever. Like I said, I spent all my money and shit, and you know that was the plan or whatever to, you know, kind of like forcibly go cold turkey. But that time I just went cold turkey because of the situation, basically, kind of more like, you know, like can't drink here or whatever and everything. So and then I thought about it too. I was like, maybe there's something, a changing moment for me too or whatever, probably better my life and shit. So. Yeah. But then when I went back to Germany and then my baby mama kicked me out and then I couldn't be with my daughter or the situation I was planning and everything, then I picked it back up. And then that was the worst time because once I picked it back up, it was the way that I coped with my daughter. Yeah. And that's why I used to be drinking 3 of them motherfuckers a day because I didn't want to be here. Yeah, I did, because every time I went there, it would just go back to forcing think about my daughter because like it's nothing like being like probably like an hour or 2 from your daughter and can't go see her. Yeah. When you was in the States, a whole country away or whatever, and that was a issue to see or whatever because you know you gotta fly and all this other stuff. But now when you in the country, the same country as her, and you're an hour or 2 away from her, and you can't go see her because she acting or she feeling this type of way, or it's just a bunch of BS or whatever that shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's just like dangling the fucking carrot. It's like right
you know,
there.
So and then I that time in Germany and shit, like I'd be like all day, like the amount of drinking I did during that time period is fucking crazy, bro. It's insane. Yeah, and
champagne I was because that's not
champagne, beer, like it was all it like. Then at the time when I moved out there with old buddy and shit like that, whatever and shit, it just went to beer or whatever then because like, you know. And then like my money for the beer would be like, cause over there in Germany or whatever, like you can put the cans in the machine or whatever, and it would give you money back for the cans or whatever.
Oh, like the aluminum and shit like that.
It would do that for you, whatever and shit. So all the beer I drink or shit, I would just turn it back in and just get more beer. And so that just wasn't making it no better. So and then so
that's actually, I don't know why. I mean, is Germany the other? I mean, I'm sure there's other countries that do that, but that seems like
Germany been doing that for the longest now. They never stopped.
Kind of like common sense, huh?
Yeah, because they was doing that shit. They was doing that shit like years ago when I was over there as a soldier and everything. They was still doing that shit. But you know, like as far as time go, whatever, you get less of money, but you know, but you still can do it though. So it's still that money adds up.
For real, so, for real. Collecting that little fucking change, all that shit. That shit
all adds up. It spends the same. It adds up. It spends the same.
So. Ain't that the fucking truth? Plus, I mean, really, if you think about it, I mean, that shit probably has more value because it's a metal. Like dollar bills is just paper. Like what really can you do with that? Like at least
print that shit every day, man.
For real. At least with like a quarter, even if like money does, like say we go into like some type of apocalypse or something, at least I can melt these quarters down and make a sword or some shit. Yeah. Make a little knife.
Yeah, let's see. But that's the time people don't think like that though. Everybody ain't got that. Everybody.
If it's survival time, fuck, you got to make a weapon out of anything.
Shit, some people they get a survival time and shit and be like, man, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Scared
man.
as fuck. Like hell no. Collect these fucking quarters, anything metal, melt that shit down, and we can make little knives and shit.
That's what I'm saying though. That's why I get
arrowheads.
Like, I just like, that's why I be wanting like, understand like they just like people and everything or like a crew and everything like that, but ain't no need for it though, man, because I just like learned how to just like survive with myself, man, because like at the end of the day, shit, you get in that situation and shit, you got to be able to think outside the box. Like, how the fuck I'm gonna build it,
I just think it takes like, because I learned, like, I know the general knowledge of this shit, and I could do better with the social media and all that. And you were putting me up on some game before we started recording, but I feel like I personally would work better with a team, like in the sense of like I oversee anything, essentially be a manager and like delegate the work. And I feel like I work better in that sense. Like I don't mind doing things on my own, but I feel like I can maximize more of myself if I have people helping me out. So this transition for me, as far as like having people before, and we were all friends and it was all cool and all that shit, but like, and then having to like, now everything is on me. Like I know how I want things done. So like, I guess it's just building myself up a little bit more and, building myself up to the point to where then I can do that. I feel like then it will really be, but different strokes for different folks, people, everybody
it's
works.
Levels to this.
Again, like we've been saying.
Everybody works different, whatever. Some people work better hands-on. Some people work better with, like other stuff or whatever. So it's like, it just depends. Like it goes back what you said. You got to find out what works for you and, make that work. But you got to get better at that or whatever and so, it just depends on it, how you figure out how you work it. Cause I just like, I want to work with a team too. Don't get it twisted. I would love to have one, but I just, like I said, just before, like I was telling you, I just got tired of motherfuckers lollygagging, man. Like,
same.
Like lollygagging, man. Like do some work, my guy. Like, come on, man. Like, you sit here and want to be in the spotlight and everything, but you expected me to do all the work. But at the same time, and people got to understand, it's not just the music to this thing. It's like certain things. If you got a talent, whatever, if you know how to type up on a computer or you know how to like work the social media and everything, you got a place. You got a place in the organization or whatever. Like you ain't gotta be like doing something with music or whatever. You may know how to make my video go viral or something like that. And that could be your spot and you can get paid for that. I'll willingly pay you for that. But at the same time, if you're just gonna sit there and just, expect me to like, a
handout essentially. It is, in the past, few weeks too, I've like been thinking about it a lot more. It's like just utilize, like finding what your skill is or whatever skills you have and really just maximizing those, like really takes you far. Like
it takes a whole bunch of skills to connect or whatever. Like, this person got this skill or whatever. You connect exactly, and they a part of the piece of the puzzle. Then this person here, they connect, and then it's just like. And
even though, like you were saying, even if it might not necessarily be in your field, it's still like training. It's still, you're still honing that skill in, so that it can take you to where you want to go. And it's like, just kind of viewing things as a stepping stone.
And then at the same time, I may know something in that field or whatever that they may help you out or whatever to go. Because I know everything about in every field of the music thing. I know everything about, not everything, but I know like everything that's gonna work in that.
You gave me that PDF that shit. So I appreciate you for that. I've been I've looked through it and read it. Read some things.
I got a lot of that stuff, bro. I just got a lot of that knowledge and everything, or whatever, like 100 chat GPT, like like prompts and everything that you could use. And I guess I use chat GPT as a tool. I'm not using it for all the extra dumb stuff or whatever. Now I'm using it to help me with this music and everything too. And then also that's another thing, like that's why I kind of don't worry about a team, because like I can like do it that way or
that is
like
your team essentially.
Like kind of where like it's not really it's not doing like everything for me, but it's doing what it needs to do for me. But like I say, people are just like it takes a team or whatever. But at the same time, I'm in the mindset too that I want to prove that it really don't take a team. That's why I do it too, because I want to be that one mother. I want to be that one person that, like, damn, this dude he did it by himself. Like what? I mean, you see certain people around me or whatever. Like I say, it ain't all me all the time or whatever, but it's like 75% me a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like besides like certain people, and then most of the people around me that do stuff for me or whatever is either Kid Pro or QS Latin. I mean, so like, and producers, I find them on the internet because my email be full of beats a lot of times and everything. So like, and then I've been seeing like these little posters on Instagram where like, you know, you can buy these beat packs and everything. The only thing about that is you gotta get the music up before anybody else get it up, so that way, like, you know, because if somebody else upload it, then you're gonna have to like compete. You know, not even compete. You can't upload it then because you know, like once somebody else uploaded the streaming service, that's the thing about streaming services too. Like you can't like, you know, because somebody else's song or whatever is already up, then you're gonna run into a bunch of problems later on down the line when your song actually probably blows up or whatever, or per se they song blow up. Then you know, then you. It's just different things with this, you know, with this music shit.
Well, I mean, now's the time to fucking do that shit. If you're trying to, you know, do as much of it on your own as you can, now's, I mean, like we were saying, like chat with the chat GBTs and AI and social media and
then the crazy thing about another thing, I see a Hot Boy Turk or whatever and shit. Like he down fucking like dude like number 5 on iTunes charts and everything. Yeah. And like it happened a lot because he said what he said about his album being better than BG and Lil Wayne and all that other stuff or whatever. But it's like that kind of like, but that was the marketing like thing he had in his mind to do with it. But it kind of worked though because dude number 4 on the iTunes, like the actual paying, like not the Apple Music one, the paying one or whatever and everything. Like
iTunes, But I mean, also with that too, I mean, I haven't heard it, but I mean, you it's got to be decent at least. It's not like you can say that and then like, it be trash and then like.
But if you look at the storyline of the situation, it's kind of like the marketing he did, kind of plus like just everybody trying to see, because like Turk has always been the hot boy. Like everybody, he's like been like the hot boy that everybody at least talks about. Yeah, because he's been in jail. Then also it's because like he like is BG, Juvenile, and Wayne. Those the one that you kind of like be like, okay, but Turkey's like the one that nobody really talks about. So everybody want to go see like, is his album really, you know, and everything. So, and I got a song with him, to be honest with you. I've been like, I'm gonna put it back on social media sites or whatever now, but I just been like had that song forever. I had it up one time, whatever. If you've been following me over the years or whatever, you've heard it before. But like, I'm gonna put it back on platforms or whatever, just because, like, you know.
Shit, I mean, you just put out, how many albums you put out since the last time we fucking?
Since the last time I've been here?
Yeah, it's got to be at least 4.
Yeah, like 4. Like, I think like 4. No, it's like it's 2.
2?
It's 2 because I had like 4 before I got here. Like, cause like when I got here, the MVP one was the last one before that. So it's everything after the MVP album. So I don't know, like, cause the MVP was when I was here.
Yeah.
That when I was here, so it's everything after that. So I think it's like 2, maybe 3. But I think 2. I know 2 for sure.
Yeah, I thought.
But the only reason I released that the franchise one or whatever is because like I was coming here. That's the only reason I really released that, because I already released one like 7 days ago. Like I released Beezoe, Money Bizzle Beezoe like 7 days ago. Yeah, and then like I just released this because I know I was coming here. So
so that's 2 right there, and I'm pretty sure you dropped another one like maybe like a month or so after you were on the podcast. But
I think no, you right, you right or whatever. I think I did. I just don't. I think I did though. I think I did drop one. No, that was a mixtape. Oh, okay. That was a mixtape. That wasn't that was on streaming platform. That was Shape Back Kid. All right. That was the one I talked about when I was leaving. Oh, okay. Because you remember you asked me about a thing when I was like a Shape Back Kid or whatever, and I already knew I was dropping that. Anyway, but.
Which I mean, this one of the you tagged me in it. What, 2 days ago? A couple yesterday.
But you on another skit on the album too.
Oh, word shit! I need to check that shit out.
Not respect the name. What the other one is? I can't remember. I know you on like you on this one or whatever.
No Limit is what it was. Yeah, that's the one you tagged me in.
No Limit is the one you that you own, but I think like it's another one on.
Yeah, that shit was pretty dope. I listened, I'm like, oh damn, that's dope as fuck.
On Money Bizzle.
I appreciate that.
On Money Bizzle Beezoe, you on that one too. Like,
I bet.
Like I be doing that sometimes or whatever. Like if I have a good interview or whatever, I'll just like get the audio.
I mean, yeah, because you did that with MVP. You did with the Nipsey a couple times on that one. I remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start doing more of my interviews now, like giving people like a little bit of, you know, like,
adding a little bit more personal touch to it.
a little more.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool.
Just being different, man. Just being different.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
And then I just like releasing releasing all these projects or whatever. But now I got to get in the part of the marketing and whatever, because I can release all this music all I want. But shit, like,
we're talking about that a little bit too before that.
I gotta get into that shit.
Yeah,
I gotta get into that, because the business or whatever, like I say, man, if we want down like things to go right, is the business aspect, because this thing whatever too that is more important now, really, because like I'm starting to see like, you know, it's different lanes in this shit, like the publishing, like you get paid for that.
Yeah.
You get mechanical royalties, like the MLC is a place that, you know, like get for that.
Well, once you start figuring out how the fucking record labels make all this money and how they get rich as fuck.
And it ain't rocket science how they make the money. We can make all this money too, just like them or whatever. But like they just got budgets, and they can get loans like easier than like you can or whatever.
Yeah.
Let me figure out like if somebody give me a budget, or how to get like a budget, well, because they do have music funding places and everything like that too online or whatever. But I'm trying to find the one that's gonna work for me or whatever, or the one that's gonna actually give me the money or whatever. Like I say, I mean, credit ties in that too or whatever, and I've been working on trying to get my credit back right or whatever too, so that way, like now I can, because like
for bigger loans,
because financial literacy is just basically is using as much of funding money or lending money as possible, and just saving your shit, and just stacking up on your shit and trying to flip the money that you just funding or whatever. So that's what I'm trying to get into, really. I'm just trying to more so just like really trying to find the funding or whatever. So, because I find that,
I mean, that's usually the number one problem for most people trying to start something is funding.
That's always, but it takes money.
If you don't have the money to do something, it makes things much more difficult. You got to start fucking.
I mean, because it's free ways to promote yourself too. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of free stuff that you can do.
I mean, showing face, showing places is still like, it's a lot more obviously, physical, and you got to go out and you got to do things, you got to show up and you got to mingle, so it might be a little bit more exhausting in that sense, but great way to do it too. It depends on how you take it too. It depends on how you take it and how you deal with it. It depends on how you, because me or whatever, when I go out in these situations, like I'm not gonna like just go talk to people and everything. I gotta see the energy coming to me, because I don't know what people be on. So I gotta see the energy coming to me, but at the same time, like you can come talk to me or whatever, but I'm not sharing it. And then, but at the same time, I'm trying to make it look like I'm that important where you gotta come talk to me, like but at the same time, there's certain people that I'm gonna go talk to. But at the same time, if I see somebody who got some type of status in the room, then I'm gonna go talk to that person, because that's the person I need to talk to or whatever. Facts. But if it's just like if it's just us in here or whatever, or somebody that we just peers and everything, like I'm not gonna be so jumpy to go talk to you. But if I see an A&R or somebody who's like a producer or a DJ or whatever or something like that, then I'm gonna go, because I'm not expecting them to come talk to me. Definitely feeling out the vibe of the room and kind of seeing what's going on is
because I mean people it just be a whole bunch of messy stuff going on. I be trying to like stay away from that messy stuff. Like, I be seeing so much messy stuff, and I'll be like,
I mean, I guess you're all right. It's kind of how you make your time, because I went to an event a couple weeks ago, and I was there for about an hour and a half, but like I made use of that hour and a half. I met people, shook hands, saw faces that I'm, oh, good to see you again. I politicked and left in about an hour and a half and went about my day. And that's that's probably my least favorite thing, is like having to go out and show face. But for me, that works better for me than social media, because I'm still like, I'm not really somebody that, I don't know, the posting stuff and the social media stuff. So until I continue to get better at that. But while I'm getting better at that, I need to, work the skill that I'm good at and just face to face shit.
But the crazy thing about it, that actually just started working better for me though. I mean, like the social media and everything, because I just figured it all out or whatever. Like, like I don't really like, because I mean, I can go out for these shows and everything, but it's just like, if I can get the different, like, recognition in different cities and everything, or different other places and everything, that works too.
I'd much rather
because I be having people like in Atlanta and all type of stuff just be sending me stuff, want me to come to places and everything. That's another thing. Once I get a travel budget, like I'm about to like just be
that's kind of in my plans for the beginning of next year. I want to start going to different cities and doing podcasts with people, because I made, shout out to Spazzo the artist. he came on the podcast. He brought a couple artists with me, and they're based out of Cleveland. So I like to go up there and fucking be out there for a couple days, do some podcasts. There's this musician that I discovered on Instagram that he's got very like fucking vibey, very like groovy ass music, and I just messaged him. And I think he's in Rochester, New York. I just messaged him like, hey, like I really fuck with your music, like. You know, if you're ever in this area, if I'm ever up there, like I got family up there in Philly, like kind of closer there in New Jersey. So, you know, let's make something happen. And he messaged me back like, yeah, you know, let me check out some of your content and see what's good. And he's like, yeah, bro, you know, if we're ever in the same area, then we'll definitely try to make something happen. But like, yeah, I want to do that. And, you know, I got family that, you know, my little sister lives in Chicago. So if I can make connections over there, then. And
then you can like do like little like. No Hangover like little tours and everything.
Exactly.
Like, where you
so
you just like, you know, connect with artists out there trying to see like, you know, or just make a flyer and be like, you know, and at the same time just kind of connect with artists out there and try to see if you can get a bunch of them lined up and
I mean, I think too many people get caught up in like how they're gonna get somewhere and not just getting somewhere. Like I know what I want my life to be. I know how I want the bigger picture. Like I feel like this podcast and, you know, a couple other things I feel like are going to be my avenue to get to that point of how I want my life to look. So like, I'm not necessarily like worried that I want to become like, I want my shit to go viral or I want to fucking, I want to be more of like, you know, a face man and like what however it's going to get me there. I'm just like, just whatever path this is taking me to make this money and get to this point and do something that I enjoy doing. That's how it is. I don't really care like how it's done or what it looks like or if it's, you know, going to be a little bit rough in the beginning or if it's instant success or any of that.
Everything is rough in the beginning. That instant success, you really don't too much want that because, I mean, having a rough beginning, it teaches you on the way.
Exactly.
So that way when you do get there, you don't fumble it or whatever because you already learned from, you know, all the other shit.
Yeah, so I think too many people get caught up in like.
But it's just like comparison though at the same time though. Like a lot of. And that's one thing I had to figure out. That's one thing I'm still working on. Like comparison is the thief of happiness, man. Like it just, you know, so and you look at this person gotten this thing, but at the same time you gotta understand too, because I like kind of heard somebody say this a long time ago too, to me or whatever. It was like you can't measure that because you don't know how much of a struggle that person have been to, and God has like saying like your struggle is over now. It's time for you to, you know. So you don't know like when people succeed how much of a struggle they done been through to get to where they at. So at the same time you gotta understand like your struggle is just you got probably some more time of struggling. I mean before you get there, whatever. Because like everything is not sweet. I mean like you know it's just God gonna take that when you on God path or whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of struggle. I mean people think like you know God, why are you doing this and everything like that. God trying to teach you, you know, so you don't keep on making the same mistakes or understand like, you know, it's a lesson in everything that, you know, so that's how I move with just the Most High, man, because I really learned that that's the only thing I really have that kind of led me into a certain path where I am out of trouble and I really am gaining my peace of mind back now. And, you know, the lesser people I have around me, the better that has, you know, been. So I was like, yeah, I'm just stay like this.
Yeah, you gotta have the right people around you for sure.
Yeah, no,
everybody's like, and I'm cool. You know, I want to have, you know,
that's cool.
Be friendly
cool,
and they like having
you know,
like my friends that I have are my friends that you know they're my friends for a reason and all this other shit. And like I'm cool and I'm friendly, but like I don't be letting a lot of people in my inner circle like that. And
I really don't. I stopped that or whatever. Cause most of my closest friends are either like you know dead or like you know not here anymore. So you know like the ones I really consider friends or whatever, and the ones that I do have, they're like just like I say the two people I name all the time. So you know it's like yeah, but everybody else is like they taught me or whatever. It's like you know you can't really like I say that love stuff. It only goes to a certain extent, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it does. Unfortunately,
you know, because I've got most of my pain from people I've loved. Yeah. Like most of the pain I've experienced in life is from somebody I love. Like strangers, like I get the most. Like you know,
yeah, because you don't give a fuck. Yeah. I'm the same way. Like I feel like if somebody were to come up to me and tell me I'm this or I'm that or talk bad on me or whatever, and I don't fucking know them, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I don't fucking know you. Like,
fucking know your problem.
I don't know why. Like, why are you taking your bad day out on me?
Yeah.
But like, if somebody that I care about or someone that I have a high regard for said the same thing, I'm like, ooh, like,
yeah, they hit you different.
Yeah, it's like, damn, like, what? You know me, you know who I am, like, you know, you. why are you saying this? Like, there's got to be a reason that you're saying this shit, and it makes you really think about
why
shit.
it is and everything like that. And I got tired of having to deal with that shit. So I was like, man, I'm about to just not deal with, like, you know, like, if people want to deal with me, then you know where I'm at. And at the same time, I started one, like, cause I don't, and at the same time, people be like, I don't have your number and everything like that. It's social media now. There's no way, and I'm a public figure, so there's no way that anybody can not find me or whatever.
Facts.
And you know my rap name, and at the same time on my Facebook, it has my government name or whatever, because I can't change it or whatever. So, but it got my artist name right beside it. So there's no way that you cannot find me if you need to, you know. And once people, like, I didn't hear from people and everything, like, I'd be like, okay, then that's what it is or whatever. I'm not looking for that. And that's why I just like, okay, I'm just out here and this is where I'm gonna stay. Ain't really no need. I be thinking about home a lot of times, but you know, nobody worrying about me. So, you know.
Yeah, fuck, ain't that some shit?
You know, so it's like, you know, and then once I started, and at the same time, things like that made me the person I am. It made me colder at, like, just like where, like, emotions really don't come out of me like that or whatever. Not really like that, because, like, I don't have anybody around me for that, and then emotions just don't come at me like that, because
I feel like just like once you just start, and like for me at least, like I don't, it doesn't come from like a place of like just being pessimistic or anything like that. It doesn't come from a negative place. It just comes from a place like, well, I've just seen this enough times that it's like,
and then at the same time, it's more so protecting my peace.
Yeah, because
I already know if I let that get me in a lane or whatever, then I don't want to be in that lane. Or whatever. Like, ain't nobody gonna help. Ain't nobody gonna be here to get me out of that lane but me. And I'm gonna be the person that's gonna have to try and shift my mind back to the right path and everything. And it's like, you know, it's like, you know, ain't nobody got time for that, man. Like, 'cause that's a whole process in itself. Like, you know, just like be doing that well. So, like, you know, more mental, I try and keep that like straight or whatever. And like at the same time, I'll be wondering everything. And then more when I try to more not think about the past, I'll be thinking like certain situations. I'll be like, damn, man, like, bro did me like this or whatever. Like, I mean, it's crazy or whatever. I did this for bro. Like, you know, and certain stuff or whatever. And people will always try to flip the story and make it look like, you know, what they want it to look like. Me or whatever, I know I haven't been 100% perfect in everything, and I'm not perfect. But at the same time, I have never tried to wrong anybody purposely or whatever. But I've had people who have wronged me, and at the same time, if you wrong me, God has a relationship with me where he's gonna bring it back to me whether I want to see it or not. And it's a lot of stuff he has brought back to me, and like the people don't know it. They don't know I know this stuff. Like a lot of times or whatever, they don't know I even know this stuff. But somebody who you done told it to or something else, it has its way of it just coming back to me or whatever.
Facts. Honestly, life does have a fucking way of. I mean, I don't know
somebody close to me or whatever. Like he was talking a bunch of crazy stuff. Man, his girl is the one who they get into it sometime, whatever. His girl is the one who brought it to me or whatever, or brought certain stuff. You know, like this is going on and everything like that. Or whatever. If it being messy or whatever, it is what it is. But just for you to even feel that way, or even do that, or even say something like that, and you know what I be doing for you, and you know how we supposed to rock. Okay, bet. So it's like certain stuff like that just made me like, I don't be want to deal with people or even get close to people like that.
Damn. Yeah.
Cause I don't know, like you never know. Like if I had my right hand cut me, that once my right hand man did me whatever, it's like, yeah, that forever changed me to this day. And that happened in 2018. From 2018 up until now, it made me it advanced from over there over years or whatever, but like, and it didn't stop with him or whatever. It's other people who came in there who I have even like, you know, thought the highest of. Yeah. And in those situations, it always ended with that person just feeling a certain type of way about something that, damn, you feel that way about that, but we done been through this. I done did, you know, woo and everything. And then like the last situation, it came back for somebody else talking or whatever and everything. And then now, like, this person done come tell me or whatever because they respect me so much and they know how I am or whatever, that they be like, you know, this right here, watch out. You know, so yeah, so it's like, yeah. Damn. So once that kept happening, I was like, man, I don't want to be close to people. I don't want to deal with people, man, because like people is ruthless, man. Like people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So
people are fucking for themselves.
yeah, people are for themselves, but at the same time, a lot of people though, at the same time too, be hurt and be they and I started looking at it like people don't be mad at you sometimes and be like they be just fighting with inner demons and taking it out on you. But I mean, and that's why I try to make sure I control myself too, where I don't take out what I'm going on because it ain't this person's fault or that person's fault for what I'm going through. So I gotta make sure I don't latch that out on people. So I try to work on that.
Yeah, I mean, because most of the time when people are doing that shit, they're just, you probably just fit the mold of what they're mad at that point, or whatever it is, or what they're insecure about and all that other shit. So they just take it out and project it on you, but it really ain't got nothing to do with you at all.
Yeah, nothing to do with
and you just happen to be in the way at that moment. You know, there's always those, you know, 1 or 2 times that you might have pissed somebody off. So it's like, all right, I get it. Like, I deserve that probably. But most of the time people are just mad at something else, or this ruined their day, or they fucking stubbed their toe here, and now you're the fucking first person they see, and they just take it out on you, and it's like, fuck, like, you know, sometimes people are like, yeah, my bad. I feel like most people, you know, I don't want to say most times, but a lot of the time people are like, I don't want to like be wrong or admit that they fucked up, and
I've had people done that, whatever, and the next day come to me or whatever, like it was like when I was working or whatever, like some dude came in the store, he was mad about something or whatever and everything, and then me or whatever, I'm like the most respectful, like,
I'm not
person or whatever to like that. I'll call you ma'am or sir while I'm here, like trying to tell you, like, hey, don't be coming at me like that, like, you know, I'm gonna be like, you know, hey, ma'am, so don't you
respectfully, I'm gonna whoop your ass,
you know, like,
if you keep
chill out,
going.
like, you know, matter of fact, I had to do that like just yesterday morning or whatever. Like dude come in there or whatever, like, you know, the sandwiches are not made. It's a whole nother department or whatever. They backed up or whatever, but coming in, like, I'm like, man, they don't have it right now. You got to go talk to the person over there. And then, like, you know, I was like, soft short staff right now or whatever. He talking about like, they ain't no excuses for that or whatever and everything. And then once he said that, I was like, hold up,
this man must have been hungry.
Oh yeah, like, you know,
he was
like,
hangry.
Nah, it's just like it's just this, like I said, the Sizzlies and everything at Wawa and all that stuff, man. And these motherfuckers go crazy for that shit, bro. Like that shit have motherfuckers like in the morning, like, boy, like, wow, like that, you think that shit like some crack in the 80s, bro, like, for real, bro, like
for the Sizzlies,
like them Sizzly boy, like, motherfuckers go fool for them shits, bro. Like,
I mean, shit, they're pretty good, but damn, they be going nuts for their Sizzlies.
He like
how they start their morning,
and everything.
Kickstart.
And I was like, hold up, sir. I was like, man. I was like, sir. I was like, first of all, sir. I was like, you know, don't they cussed or whatever at first or whatever. Like, I kind of let that slide. I let that slide. But when he said he said talking about the excuses and everything.
There's no
I was
excuse.
like, bro, I'm not even over there working there. I'm working over here. I was like, bro, like, it's not even. I came at. Don't come at me with disrespect or what. I came at you respectfully and everything. I told you respectfully what the situation is, sir, and everything. But don't be like, you know, and everything. And then he tried to start apologizing and everything. Like, oh, like, man, bro. Like, and then normally when that happened, when a customer started apologizing and all that stuff, I normally just shut off and I look forward and I don't pay them no more attention. I let them do what they do. Hurt them, catch you, get out my face, like, you know. But and then the lady behind her coming like, don't, like, you know, don't let him ruin your day and all this other stuff. I'm like, man, I was like, you see what happened with her. I'll just say, you know, he get mad about the Sizzlies and everything, like, you know, like I'll tell you, but that Sizzler, and that Sizzler will have somebody coming in the morning and they gonna catch the wrong person and end up getting beat up over a Sizzler.
Damn, imagine that.
Like that.
Imagine having to go home and tell your wife, I got my fucking ass whooped over a Sizzly.
But I mean, motherfuckers coming Wawa though, wilding, bro, like that. Like I started like working there or whatever, and I've been there for a little minute now. I seen, like, you know, like, damn, like, motherfuckers be wilding, bro. Like, people would just be like in the world, like, kind of like too, like, I'd be like, damn, well, this world fucked up, bro. Like, it just, cause then you see like the addicts, man. It be niggas outside just be leaning, bro. Like, and you could tell when an addict is like they could be just standing up, and you don't see this nigga then like squatting the whole, like, just not.
Bro,
like,
they're fucking
bro,
that shit has always been wild to me. Like, you see people like fucking lean
broad daylight, just leaning, like,
but like,
goodness,
the balance is fucking wild. You would think that you're that fucked up
though, man. That dog food will do it to you, bro.
Damn, that shit is
that
fucking
dog food. Like, I've seen so many people like just like.
I mean, I'm sure working, cause like working at like a fucking convenience
But just in
store.
life or whatever over the years, I done seen that shit since I've been like, just since I've been a teenager, bro. Like, just people just like, that shit down fucks up people's lives, bro.
For real.
Like, real nigga shit, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like, man, I could never, like, you know, I had my time with alcohol, but alcohol is like the most I done like went with some, you know, as far as because I had my addiction with alcohol. I was bad off with that motherfucker. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, like that other stuff, that crack and all that other stuff, that shit is a monster, bro.
Yeah, because you can be a functioning alcoholic. I don't know if you can be a functioning crackhead.
No, that shit, once you done shoot up too much or whatever, and then at the same time it be like motherfuckers be done shoot up so much or whatever, they're trying to chase that first. Yeah. They just trying to chase that first, like, couple of seconds of that first hit they ever got, and they'll never get that shit again. Yeah. Never get it again. Yeah. And that's the thing about it that really fucks people up, because they just chasing that first high that they got when they first did it, when the first time they ever did it, and they'll never get it again.
That shit is wild. That first high can make somebody an addict like that. Like,
yeah, that crack is something serious, bro. That cracking now, that crack and that dog food and all that shit is something serious, bro. Cause that shit, like, the motherfucker, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I learned, cause everybody, like, all the old heads or whatever, like, he used to tell me whatever. That's all they doing. They trying to like that first high that they got when they first did it. They trying to get that again, but they'll never be able to get it.
Shit, bro, that's fucked.
Cause that first high is just like something, I don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit must be so fucking euphoric and like,
I don't know, but like, it'll have people.
It's like, life changing essentially.
It's life changing, because at the same time they'll always try and chase that. They'll always try and chase that, but they'll never be able to achieve it again.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's some fucked up shit.
And that should be, they fucking people's lives up. But like I say, man, that
too, because like alcoholic, like, you know, again, you could be functioning, but like with that shit will fuck up your appearance, and like when you do like hard drugs and shit, like teeth falling out, you get sores on your face, like. You can't fucking.
But the alcohol or whatever, it's depressing too or whatever, and everything like that. Whatever shit. Because what really made me like really start with it or whatever shit, like when I was like feeling like really depressed, and my thoughts was like all over the place with crazy shit or whatever, and I didn't want to get out of bed some days and everything like that or whatever and shit. Just off of just when you have your nights before, and then the next day, like, you don't want to get out of bed and everything or whatever. And it just started being more depressing. When it started messing with me like that, I was like, okay, it's time to shake this motherfucker, trying to get this shit off me. So that's when I was like, fuck that. I'm going to Dollar General, spend every piece of every dollar I got in my damn pocket. Shit till I get this work check down in 2 weeks.
Shit. Damn.
And that did it for me. And that shit, here we go down. Shit, 3 years later, going into my fourth. Shit, no alcohol.
Nothing.
Ain't drink nothing since now fucking 2021. Well, no, 2022. 2022, it's been 3 years. 2022, June of 2022.
July 2022. Or, well, I guess, next year, 2026. This year's almost fucking over. I mean, not
that's
almost.
The crazy thing about it. I mean, shit.
Halfway through this bitch, a little bit.
Time been flying, man. This year's been crazy, man.
It's definitely as you get older, they really like. Adults were not fucking lying about that shit. It's like, enjoy this shit now when you're young, because those days are gonna start fucking mushing together.
Yeah, because this shit, damn, life be that fucking slapping the fuck out of people some days and shit. Life come and slap the fuck out you one day and shit, man. Like, damn, bro, like. You know, but that's just life. The older you get, you realize that shit. You just gotta figure out how to not just get slapped or whatever. But at the same time, it just depends on how you take. It's just about this right here. Really, at the end of the day, it's just how you control that and how you move with that and everything like that.
Yeah, because if you can get that under control,
because I mean,
be able to slow shit down.
Like I say, you gonna get hit by life. I mean, you gonna get this shit gonna hit you, bro. This is what it is. I mean, ain't no getting around that shit. That's just life. That's just life. So it's like, damn. But once you figure it out, you be like, okay, bet, and everything. But it's just been how you just take everything and try not to take everything so personal, and just, you know, just watch the energies that's around you. Well, I mean, energies or whatever shit. We all energies at the end of the day, to be honest with you. I mean, so it's like, shit. The wrong energy get around you, it's gonna fuck up some shit.
And you'll feel that shit too. And you know, it really be like that. Like, it really is. Like, people try to say that's some superstitious shit or whatever the fuck. It's like, nah, that's some real shit. Like, if something don't feel right.
I mean, now that you don't understand that part of life, but a lot of people ain't in tune either, though.
And that is
a lot of people ain't. A lot of people ain't in tune.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't in tune too.
A lot of people ain't in tune. So it's like, you know, a lot of people don't understand that part of life or whatever. Like, you know, because a lot of shit that I could talk about that go over motherfuckers' heads and shit. Like, you know, but I just like life just been just taught me a lot of shit or whatever. And
but it's funny when you're talking to people like that and you see it go over their head, and I'm just like, all right, well, hopefully one day you get it. Like,
yeah, but then at the same time, the sad thing about it, they probably will never will get, because say times I got this saying or whatever and shit. I got it on one of the shirts that I got on that little website shit or whatever. It's like, make common sense common again, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean that shit ain't common now or whatever. Like most of the things, like it goes back to what my grandfather said. Like you ain't gotta be the smartest. You just gotta have some common sense, man. That's all it is, man. Just like, cause I mean, like once you get the common sense piece of it and you understand that, you get that down to a T, then you understand everything else is just like, the smartness come from it starts with the common sense.
Yeah.
And then once you get the common sense, then you'll be able to just like
you can apply. Yeah, you can start applying,
and then you can start applying different ways
exactly.
and fucking doing shit and everything.
Exactly.
Like that,
you gotta know the basics to fucking.
And then at the same time, it's just like
it's
just like some people just move out in the world, and I be seeing that shit just every day, just at Wawa with her. I be like, man, how the fuck these people like even like living like how they living or whatever as far as adults or whatever shit. Because some people come in and they don't have certain shit together or whatever, or like they be quick to like if they card decline and everything, motherfuckers be mad at you, man. I ain't just like motherfucker, they fuck. What the fuck?
I ain't spending your money.
So I ain't check down bank account, man. Shit, better down. And then the crazy thing about it, like motherfuckers, they card will decline, and motherfuckers will keep shoving that bitch in there. Like motherfucker, it done declined 3 times, man. Like damn, bro, it's not there. Call your bank. And most time it be that shit too, cause sometimes I used to work for Bank of America. I used to get cussed out on the daily, bro, on that phone at Bank of America. Bank of America used to just lock these people cars and everything. And mother be at the register and shit, and they got the money, but your car locked.
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing about it, I mean, you better hope they got a service that like 24 hours or like at least close at 9 or 10 o'clock, because you got to call them to get it unlocked and everything like that. So I mean, it be that too or whatever. I mean, sometimes it don't be people be broke. Yeah. Sometimes it be like they bank be
fucking around.
Yeah,
being in customer service, probably like
that shit sucks.
Yeah,
that shit sucks. But it done been plenty of days where like I done had to mute my mic and everything like that. It's like we're just cussing you out, bro. Like And then sometimes it be people don't be on top of their shit, and then sometimes it be the company. But then one time, what people gotta understand, the customer service is like sometimes it don't be the rep. Like if you're a rep, you only got so much power behind your computer, like until you got to go to the next person in line. Sometimes the managers, they don't want to get behind their computer, and now they be walking the floor trying to be lollygagging and shit. Sometimes, so it's like or they actually working and doing what they doing or whatever and shit. So they don't got time to get to their computer so they can get on a call, and this motherfucker might be cussing them out and shit. So it's like it's just like I mean, customer service is alright. It just depends on that's why I say that's why my mental is. I done went through so much shit that forced my mental to be like where like I can't be just jumping out the window. I can't.
I mean, I just feel like just dealing with different people and just going through life like that's.
But that started with the military though with me though. Once I got in the military, that just kind of changed everything for me. That's why I'm glad that the military is something that's lifelong. Is something that never leaves you, and it's something that you can have as far as the mind frame. And I'm glad I went through it, because I mean I don't like really talking about it or like civilians and everything like that, or like the separation between civilian and soldiers. But there's a big difference though, because like soldiers, we think so much different than civilians and everything, because civilians their awareness is not there a lot of times. It's like like I be about to give people heart attacks at work, bro. Like, and I just be walking or whatever. But the thing about it, the one thing people gotta understand with me, with the military, they teach you to be like move self. They teach you how to move self, move silent. So I do that shit because I don't know nothing else. That's how I move regularly every day. Like I probably done get behind you. You don't even know I was. But it depends on your awareness too, though, because I'll be aware. Like I can probably hear somebody before they get to me or whatever. Like if I'm walking or whatever, I hear a bike, I'll look back because I already know like somebody somewhere in the vicinity of me. But
situational awareness, I mean, people just fucking lack awareness in general, self-awareness, situational.
Gotta be aware, especially in this day and time we live in, man. Like never know, so you gotta be aware.
Yeah, but hopefully one day we'll get back to a balance.
I doubt it, man. I doubt it now, but I be on that too, man. I be thinking, man, like I hope we get back to a balance one day because the world needs this shit. But but the sad thing about it is,
it just seems
we too far gone.
Yeah,
too far
I was just about to say that it kind of
AI, and then AI got introduced into it, and AI just like goodness, it's like that's just another aspect that's really just it is kind of like whoa.
It does kind of seem a little too far gone at this point. I think we're in too deep on the technology and the connectivity and the convenience of everything.
Because like what if the technology just shut off one day and everything? Like people would go. I mean, I'd be all right. So I used to live in a time where that shit was we had no technology. Technology what shit.
Plus, I'm sure you probably know how to read a map and fucking. You probably know how.
I know how to read a map. I would have to brush over my skills or whatever. But at the same time, I find my way.
Yeah,
like shit. The military.
I mean, there's simple shit like
points
that.
and all this other shit. I mean,
a compass seems like straightforward enough. But
compass or whatever shit. As long as you got a compass and the points of certain things or whatever, or a map and know your points and everything. Yeah, you're right.
Shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like I say, if the technology shot today, I'd be all right. So fuck it. Because at the same time, like then at the same time, we have to bring back down fucking like CDs and shit. I miss that shit. I miss being, because it was always some money in the music for independent artists. Because you always said
hard copy shit.
You always can sell your CDs.
Physical, yeah.
I used to make money off that shit or whatever, like just CDs and everything like that. So it's like I know how to survive without it. But I mean, it is beneficial, whatever, because you'll be able to reach so much people. But at the same time, it would just have to revert back to it used to be.
I mean, it's give and take. I mean, because now with social media, like you can expose yourself to everybody across the fucking world. When with just if you're just CDs, like it's who you.
But I'm trying to figure out where the CDs are coming back or not or whatever and shit, because like I be seeing like certain people post them and everything, like the artists like be having like packages.
Well, I know, with vinyls are making a comeback.
But do people actually like have like do they have the vinyl players and all that stuff that they're making? Do they make the like?
Well, I know a lot of people buy vinyls like as far like just as collectible items and things like. But then
that go back to what I was talking about earlier though. At the same time, because they doing that for the mainstream artists. Like, what about the independent artists? Because I mean, I got avenues where I can sell those things. I can actually like get my music pressed up in vinyls and like and CDs and everything like that. But before I do that,
are people actually buying it?
Are people actually buying it? I mean, because I know nobody ain't gonna sit there and wanna. I mean, it probably be certain people or whatever that probably would buy it for me or whatever. But as far as like really get
I mean, shit, maybe even do a little like trial run or something.
There's different things whatever I've been looking into or whatever. Like,
I mean, I'm sure there's data out there and shit like that and like research that you could do.
Cause I've been looking at it. I mean, like it's just like I got a platform right now or whatever and everything. Not too many people even is on this platform. It's called Even or whatever. It's like a straight direct to consumer platform and shit where like I can do like packages and all type of other stuff, whatever and everything. You gotta be invited to this thing or whatever, but. Like I got like I found out about it from another artist and everything. Cause that's another thing too. I look into the industry and everything, and I be listening to these interviews and everything. And if one of these artists say something about a platform and everything, I just go look at it, and I just happen to look at that one and everything. It's like Even or whatever, and you got different packages and all type of stuff. Yeah. And it's like a directly to a consumer. It's cutting out the streaming platform. So once I figure that shit out, man, I'm gonna be straight on that. If I can start getting a portion of people to like spend money and like but the thing with this right here or whatever, it'll be actually theirs or whatever. They won't have to like go pay for a streaming service every month. You'll actually be like, it'll be just straight like just from me to you without the middle and everything or whatever. Videos, all that stuff. I'll just be like straight to the distributor. So once I figure that shit out, I'm gonna start using that though. To be honest, I got so many like different like platforms though. I just like I got like DistroKid, and I got like another one that like I'm trying to figure out, cause I'm trying to figure out sync licenses and everything too, or whatever and everything. I'm trying to figure that out. I have my stuff in like TV shows and like video games and stuff like that. Cause that's why, to be honest, that's what like when I record certain music, I record it for that aspect because I want it to be in the game. That's why I don't. If you listen to a lot of my music, I don't cuss much. Yeah. If you listen to a lot of it, you really listen to it, whatever you see, like it's cuss word probably sprinkled out here and there or whatever. Yeah. But I record it like that because I want to be. If my music get in a video game, I want them to be able to hear my whole song. Yeah. I don't want them to just have to hear the instrumentals and ad libs. Yeah. Cause that shit used to be like when I used to play NBA 2K, I think which one, 25 or 20, I think it was 25 or 24 or whatever and shit. Like Megan Thee Stallion, her Body Adi song used to be on that shit. And I used to laugh at that shit every time I used to hear it, because you know how Megan, her ad libs and shit.
Yeah.
That's all they used to be through the shit. So you
Yeah,
used to hear her
they
just
gotta fucking blur out the rest because it's not.
So I never wanted my
friendly.
music and then I be trying to aim for to get my music into that. So I want people to hear my whole song or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to be one of the artists and that helped me stand out too, because they gotta down blurt everything else, but when you get to my shit, you ain't gonna have to blurt it out like that because it's gonna be.
They can hear the whole thing. That's a good point. Yeah, damn. I didn't even think that is a good point, because that shit is when you play fucking Madden or whatever 2K and shit, and you hear I fuck with this song and it's all fucking
And it just fucks up
nowhere.
the song.
I'm like, okay, well, what was the point of putting the song on there then? Like,
Just getting really. They just making the money off the instrumental really.
for real.
So shit, and the ad libs, because that's all you can be able to hear.
Damn.
But like I was saying, like that's why I started recording my music like that way. I record my music like that for a reason, because I just figured out how to make the cuss words like still hit with just a regular word.
Yeah.
Some of the words I still would have is like, I probably thought of a cuss word there, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just
use something else.
Use something else or whatever, so that way it ain't got to be edited out.
That keeps the creative juices flowing too.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, bro. I'm like my Spotify. Not my Spotify. My SoundCloud is like I got 283 songs on there. Like I'm like, 287. Like 287. I'm like 13 songs away from like 300 songs on my SoundCloud.
Oh shit.
So it's like once I did that, I'm gonna aim for that. Probably like within knowing me though, cause like I love recording. Like it's my therapy. Like like this last like the franchise album I recorded that shit in 24 hours, bro.
Damn.
And that's 17 songs, and it's factual. Like God know, that's why I was like shit. God know I was in there. Like I started 6-7 that Friday, and like damn that next day, like probably like around 11-12 in the morning or shit, and like at that night I was down fucking like
Damn.
I was done with it or whatever, because I only had one song, the 18 song or whatever, that was already like recorded or whatever, so I only had to mix that or whatever. But the other from 1 to 17, like I recorded all those shits within 24 hours, bro. But it's easy though, cause they talk like you got once you get this,
you got a formula now.
Once you get the method down or whatever and shit, and it's easy. All you got to do is just record and everything. Me or whatever. I kind of not rehearse my songs before I do it, but I kind of already got my melody with that way. I don't have to like a lot of my songs. I want to take them or whatever. Like I not like won't take all the way through, but
you lay your verse,
do the verse, boom, knock that out, get that done. Do that dub, knock that out, boom. And then I just do that shit, and then I won't even like really just mess with it. I just go to the next song.
Yeah,
so that's how I just record songs so quick, because I don't even be sitting there just like mess around with it. I just make sure everything is like kind of like good when I record it, and everything is like how I want it, and then then I just save it and just go to the next one. So
shit, yeah. And once you get that formula down, it just just kind of all right. I got everything set up.
Yeah, the most time or whatever is take the mixing or whatever. That's just the most time, but the recording part of it, I did that shit with it. It took me a couple of days to mix it or whatever, but it's just like the recording process. I did that shit in 24 hours, bro.
Man, well, dog. Well, and on that note, that's some fucking. You gotta respect the hustle.
It's a lot. They think this shit now, bro. Like, wait till you see this shit like coming up, bro. Like, I'm telling you, this like I'm like gonna be. Y'all gonna get tired of seeing me. I'm telling y'all, gonna get tired of seeing me. So if you like are already tired of seeing me,
get ready.
Get ready, or hit that unfollow button. There's always an unfollow button too. And if you unfollow me, it really, maybe all peace and blessings be upon you. But at the end of the day, like if you are tired of seeing me, you might want to unfollow me, because like this, it's a storm coming through. I'm telling you right now, like I'm about to really, because I figured it out in this hustle, whatever. I love doing it, and at the same time, I'm also trying to get to where this is my job 24/7. So like I'm about to get on that hustle. So if you think I'm working now, nah, shit, you ain't seen nothing yet, bro, for real.
Hey, shit, you got to be one of the hardest working artists in Orlando, that's for sure, because you putting out shit constantly.
Oh yeah, they ain't seen nothing yet, bro.
Yeah, go follow him on Instagram. Fucking Money Beezoe.
Money Beezoe everywhere, man. At the same time, man, y'all keep checking out the No Hangover Podcast, man.
You're wearing the shirt. That shit is nice. Man. Go ahead. Fuck.
Yeah, we got, I respect what he doing or whatever, man. He's a very solid brother, man. So at the same time, like for real though, man, y'all keep watching this here, whatever, and y'all just, y'all look out for me. More projects on the way, singles, just content, really, man. That's what we focusing on
For
right
real.
now. But yeah, y'all, check me out though, man. Much love and peace to everybody though.
Word, man. Always a
My
pleasure.
brother, man.
Appreciate
For real,
you.
man. Always show.
It's episode 229 of the No Hangover Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, rate, follow across all platforms. Check us out on our socials at No Hangover on Instagram, TikTok at No_Hangover. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. This is episode 229. Money Beezoe, I appreciate you. Everybody love everybody. Deuces. Yes, sir.